Hello and welcome to the 2021 Spring Fundraiser for Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. I am Brooke Toomey, Girls Inc. Girl and Youth Leader.
Thank you for joining us today for this special event. I am Arlie Lara, a Girls Inc. Girl and also Youth Leader. It is our pleasure to be your MCs today.
These times call for things to be done slightly different. Today, this event is virtual, and although we miss the camaraderie of engagement in person as it is usual, we are taking the necessary steps to provide you with an awesome experience in a virtual format. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the President of the Board, Hetty Eddy.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our Celebrating Strong, Smart, and Bold Girls event, a virtual fundraiser and celebration for Girls Inc. My name is Hetty Eddy, and I am the Board President for Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. Today's event is about highlighting our young women. These extraordinary young women you will meet today set the bar high and are meeting the moment. Girls are the leaders of our future. However, gender, racial, economic, and social barriers affect their ability to reach their full potential. That's why Girls Inc. provides mentoring relationships, safe spaces, and evidence-based programming that addresses every aspect of development. Girls Inc. believes in the power and potential of every girl. When girls are surrounded by people who believe in them, are encouraged to set high expectations, and are given the opportunities and experiences to learn and grow, they can thrive. This past year has been hard for everyone, especially our young ladies. And I am very proud that the Girls Inc. staff has been able to support our hundreds of girls through this pandemic by providing virtual programs and continue to provide a safe space where girls can continue to feel supported. Girls Inc. of the Central Coast can only do this incredible work with your help. Financial donations are essential to us supporting a girl's development. We ask that today you consider making a financial contribution. Every dollar counts. So let's get started with our program and get ready to be amazed and empowered.
We wish to thank the Board of Directors and the members of the PR, Marketing, and Development Committee who have worked aimlessly to help make this a successful event. A big thank you to our premier sponsors, David and Susan Gill, Hayashi Wayland, Felton and Keller, Comerica, Natividad Foundation, and KION, plus all of our supporting sponsors on screen. Your support helps girls to have a world of opportunities ahead. Our table captains have gathered friends and family around the country to witness today's event. Again, the power of virtual events. So glad you joined.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to twin sisters. Hal and Zaina are refugees from Syria, and I'm sure their story will captivate you.
Good afternoon. My name is Zaina Al-Sadawi. I am 17 years old and a senior in Monterey High School. I have been involved in Girls Inc. for the past 2 years. I come from a conservative background where girls are taught to respect their parents and elders, do well in school, and wait until marriage. My parents and I never had open conversations about romantic relationships or think that we as girls go through. In Arabic, we say astaghfirullah, God forgive me for bringing up such topic for conversation. It is taboo, which made my journey here difficult. I thought escaping to Egypt and moving to the United States at 13 was supposed to be an easy start from my tragic story as a Syrian refugee. But it was not. At the age of 8 is when war destroyed my peaceful life. I woke up cold without electricity, ran to my mom's room and kissed her, got dressed, said goodbye, wondering if it was the last one to ever say, went to school fearful, and returned home forced to stay indoors for safety. I was traumatized when I woke up to my house shaking from a deafening sound, and windows were shattered into the floor because a bomb exploded nearby. Shots and military tanks sounds became the normal cadence of the day. Indelible in my mind were dead bodies thrown on the sidewalks and the stench of blood. I walked by my neighborhood and disgustingly saw cats shot in the head, bleeding, laying on the floor with their eyes opened. I can't forget the scene when soldiers shot my coach 6 times to death. 6, 5, 4. I sat aside counting his last breaths. We ran up to the classrooms and hid under the tables, terrified as soldiers kept pulling the trigger. I was just an 8-year-old coping and thinking this is all that life has to offer. The moment my parents lost their jobs, we fled to Egypt, then the United States, seeking refuge. I'm convinced I suffered from depression for a while, but as I'm speaking to you right now, my parents have no idea about this. To take advantage of my parents' forced sacrifices, I distracted myself and hid my sadness by excelling in school without much interest, until Girls Inc. came into my life. The beginning of our sisterhood was the first module where we created our homepages. How awesome that you speak Arabic! One of the girls proceeded to share her opinion that warmed my heart because I felt like I was at home, welcomed and appreciated. Girls from Latin, Asian, and Indian origins were all gathered along with me, the Arab girl, to share our traditions and spread positivity. In our meeting, My Family Treasure and Traditions, I brought 2 objects, a Syrian jewelry box and a framed Quran verse. Everyone was amused and engaged as I proudly explained their significance and importance in my life. In the meetings that followed, I learned about health, specifically on the female's body. Speakers scientifically, safely, and consciously introduced me to essential information that I did not know about and also dispelled myths that I learned from non-credible sources and taught me what all parents should have taught their kids when mine didn't. I share this information with my girls as a youth leader today. My curiosity to unpuzzle our session's hidden purposes is why I became a youth leader. I am also excited and proud to announce that because of my participation in Girls Inc., I am the proud recipient of a $5,000 Lucille Miller Scholarship through Girls Inc. This was my first ever college money award, and to Girls Inc., I am thankful. I will use this money towards my college tuition costs at a 4-year university that will help me reach my goal of becoming a proud, independent, and a future female dentist. Girls Inc. pulled me out of my darkness, opened its arms widely, and gave me a big welcome hug. I now embrace who I am as a beautiful Arab girl who was not less than all the typical American-born girls with the perfect boyfriends and trendy outfits. I am me, the Syrian refugee who escaped war, experienced an unstable life, and prevailed over the adversities. When I hear the word ink in Girls Inc., I picture a unique pen that the program uses to display its signature on me and my life moving forward. Girls Inc. assured me of how strong, smart, and bold I am. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hala Al-Saidali. I am 17 years old and a senior in high school. And just like my sister, I have been involved in Girls Inc. for the past 2 years. No matter how much I enjoyed field hockey practice, I was always eager to leave 30 minutes earlier to attend Girls Inc. meetings. The staff always greeted me warmly and invited me to fill a plate with delicious food that has ranged from cold pine wheels to warm lasagna. There was always an abundance of healthy snacks to grab during the meeting. It is through Girls Inc. session that I transitioned from a 165-pound teenager hating her curvy hips and large chest, ashamed of her culture, and ignorant of the female reproductive system, to a healthy, slender lady with pride in her culture and knowledge of the female body. Rihanna said, "There's something so special about a woman who dominates in a man's world. It takes a certain grace, strength, intelligence, fearlessness, and the nerve to never take no for an answer." Girls Inc. was my way out of the toxic mentality that rebirthed an ambitious woman. Girls Inc. carved in me that being a woman is a blessing. I'm also eager and pleased to share that because of my participation in Girls Inc., I'm a proud recipient of a $5,000 Lucille Miller Scholarship through Girls Inc. This award will allow me to continue my educational journey and help others. The money will go toward my college tuition at a 4-year institution that will help me achieve my goal of becoming stronger, courageous, and a future gastroenterologist. All the knowledge gained from Girls Inc. not only affected my life, but the lives of those who I come in contact with me. I can proudly say I am Girls Inc. strong, smart, and bold. Thank you.
What an amazing story of grit, resilience, and success.
I'm so happy Girls Inc. was here for Hala and Zaina.
For most of us, Girls Inc. is a light of hope and encouragement. We are prepped to be strong, smart, and bold. We embraced it all. No matter where we or our parents came from, what matters is where we are going. Catalina Perez from Castroville knows this well. Get ready to hear from this national $25,000 scholarship winner.
Good afternoon. My name is Catalina Perez. I am 18 years old and a senior at North Monterey County High School. I have been a Girls Inc. girl since I was in the 5th grade. Girls Inc. has been a place to learn and gain knowledge that I could not obtain from my family. I was able to find a place where I could experience a life outside of my culture. As a Mexican-American girl, I was expected to handle housework, not spend time with my friends outside of school, and prioritize my family over anything. But things were not as they seem. Growing up, I never realized my father was an alcoholic. He drank every day and was never sober. My realization didn't come quickly because he never neglected me. My perspective of my father was always the one of a loving, affectionate, and caring person who has always been there for me. It was only after I had attended a Girls Inc. session about substance abuse that I realized that my father had a problem with alcohol. Listening to the presenter state all the signs of someone who was addicted was like hearing someone describe my dad. As I wrote down in my journal the signs of addiction, my dad was checking every box. I wanted to deny this, but it was my reality. Initially, I felt hopeless, but when the presenter listed the different resources I could reach out for help, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. Through this meeting, I was able to recognize the effects of alcohol in my life. I was also able to comprehend my father's recent change of behavior and notice his need for alcohol. It taught me not to judge him, but instead seek help for his recovery. Girls Inc. gave me strategies to talk about this with my parents, and as a family, we have been able to help my dad. This module encouraged me to initiate the conversation of alcoholism and help my father recover from his addiction. Today, he has been sober for 2 years. Having firsthand experience with addiction, I have been able to share my story and teach others about how to handle situations like mine. As a youth leader, I can teach other young girls to not be embarrassed talking about their problems or sharing their valuable experiences. These stories can help other girls find help and improve their lives. 5th grade was the first year I heard about Girls Inc. The first program available at my elementary school was Growing Together. I signed up, and from there, my journey as a Girls Inc. participant began. In the 8 months, I made new friends, learned a lot of new information, and had fun. This was my first experience without my family. I gained a bit of independence. When the program ended, I craved to be part of Girls Inc. again, and so I joined the Friendly Conversation program in middle school. I attended every module, and I got a glimpse of what it meant to be empowered and encouraged to achieve success. I was inspired by girls only 4 years older than me who were in leadership roles. I continued my involvement in Willpower Won't Power and the Smart Choices programs with the hopes of being like the girls I met the year before. The Smart Choices program was one of my first experiences being away from home without my parents. It allowed me to connect with other young ladies outside of my community, explore campus life, and stay on an actual campus. It was amazing. In high school, I completed the ECHO program, learning that my culture believes in working diligently, but also disparages women and makes them powerless. For the last 2 years, I have been an ECHO program youth leader with ammunition to help empower young girls who have had the same experience. I model good leadership roles and enforce the idea that women are more than just homemakers. My job as a youth leader gave me the opportunity to become independent by earning my own money. I am glad Girls Inc. is only for girls. My parents would not have allowed me to continue if boys were included. My participation not only exposed me to a community of strong young women, but it also exposed my parents to the idea that there are safe places where young girls like me can become educated and empowered. My mom participated in the Growing Together program with me and saw me working around with strangers, and she knew I would be fine. She was aware that the mission of Girls Inc. was not to take away daughters from their parents, but where girls like me can get to know themselves and others in a safe environment. I am so honored and proud to share with you all today that I am the recipient of the $25,000 Suzanne Patmore Gibbs Courage Scholarship, one of 3 in the nation. This in memoriam scholarship began just 3 years ago in honor of the long Girls Inc. supporter Suzanne Patmore Gibbs. The scholarship is awarded to a young woman who has demonstrated the courage to dream big and has a character consistent with that of Suzanne Patmore Gibbs, who was a fierce advocate for all that is right and good in this world. She fought for women's voices before it was a popular thing to do. She was incredibly brave, and she stood in for what she believed in. I am thankful to Girls Inc. for believing in me and my dreams. Attending a 4-year university might show my parents that their hard work has not been in vain. It will prove to them that I work hard to give them a better tomorrow. Distance will be an issue, but it's a risk this Latina girl from little old Castroville is willing to take. Thank you.
Stories like Catalina's inspire me to continue towards my goals. Do you want to learn a bit more about Girls Inc? We put this video together with more information about the impact of all the programs offered here. Check this out.
Girls Inc. of the Central Coast delivers a constellation of programs focused on leadership and self-empowerment for girls ages 8 to 18, providing services to over 1,700 girls in 41 school sites in 9 cities throughout Monterey, San Benito, and Santa Cruz counties. The ECHO Leadership Mentoring Program is just one of the 7 Girls Inc. programs serving girls from 4th grade through high school, as well as the Willpower Won't Power program, Friendly Persuasion, Smart Choices, Growing Together, Strong, Smart, and Bold Summer Camp, and Youth Leadership. ECHO members meet twice a month on their campuses. They are partnered with women mentors who are local professionals, experts, and advocates that inspire them to develop leadership skills, pursue higher education, and plan for a career. These emerging leaders are encouraged to express themselves in an all-girl environment. One of the most exciting things about ECHO is what happens after participants complete the one-year program. A quarter of the graduates, now juniors and seniors in high school, return as paid youth leaders. The Youth Leadership Program trains the recent ECHO graduates to deliver programs to young women and girls in high school and middle school. These activities provide a very tangible way for the graduates to learn and practice facilitation, program planning, public speaking, conflict resolution, and mentoring skills. The young women work in close partnership with the Girls Inc. staff and program advocates. Smart Choices is an intensive summer program where girls who are entering high school focus on making positive choices about high school life, and they set their sights on college while spending a week staying at UC Santa Cruz. Youth leaders also run Willpower Won't Power, a series of communication workshops to identify and avoid risky behavior and to value and support each other. Friendly Persuasion pairs the youth leaders with middle school girls, this time to focus on the consequences of using tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs. This 2-part program also trains the middle schoolers to serve as role models and teachers to girls in elementary school. One of our newest programs is the Strong, Smart, and Bold Summer Camp, a 2-week day camp for girls ages 8 to 11. They participate in several workshops and learn through fun activities about financial literacy, self-defense, body image, dealing with peer pressure, stress management, and social skills. Growing Together helps parents answer questions that their young daughters may have about puberty and sexual behavior without embarrassment. The program builds trust, strong values, and helps the girls learn to avoid risky situations. Girls Inc. believes that parents are the primary resources in a young girl's life and wants to be a trusted partner in that journey. Learn more about Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. Visit us online.
To complement that video, Girls Inc. staff, Andrea and Lupita, tell us a bit about how programming has been going in the virtual world.
Hello, my name is Lupita Bravo and I'm the program coordinator for the elementary and middle school programs. I am a Girls Inc. alumni. I graduated from California State University of Monterey Bay and was excited to come back and work with my community.
Hi, my name is Andrea Romero, and I am the high school program coordinator. I am also a proud Girls Inc. alumni. I graduated from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in 2018 and have been working with Girls Inc. ever since, over 2 years now. When I started out, we were out at the school sites throughout the Central Coast. Out at the high schools, I was overseeing and supporting all of our adult volunteers and trained youth leaders of the high school leadership program.
I'm so excited to see how the virtual programs have provided a safe place where participants are learning new things, but also where they can be themselves and interact with one another.
It's been amazing that although we were forced to adapt to a new way of serving girls, we gained so many opportunities to serve more girls who might not have had the chance to participate if we had been at the schools in person. I believe transitioning to virtual programs is allowing us to reach new communities and really make a difference for girls, letting them know we're still here for them and will continue to be here for them to navigate changes together.
We thank you all for your support of Girls Inc.
We all have to adjust indeed. Girls Inc. has not let anything in the way of helping girls thrive. Valentina Valdez is from Hollister and is in 7th grade. She shows so much enthusiasm for the program.
Hello, my name is Valentina Valdez. I am 13 years old and a 7th grade student at Margaret Mays Middle School. In February of 2020, we moved to Hollister. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to get to know my teachers or make new friends due to the pandemic. I am generally quiet and get nervous when speaking in public. It was difficult for me to fit in and feel welcome. During distance learning, I was invited to join Girls Inc. I was nervous to join, but I'm happy I did. Some fun activities I remember doing were Open Your Window and Famous for a Minute. Those were some of my favorite games. Girls Inc. made me feel welcome and has been a great support. My teachers have provided a safe space for me to express myself and discuss topics such as good decision making, managing stress, and the media. This program has empowered me to be a better version of myself. I'd like all girls to know that this program is here to make you your best self. I think it is important for all girls to have a program like this because everyone needs a safe space to talk and express the way they feel. They would also be taught things that will make them feel heard and perfect, and that's what every girl needs. I was taught many valuable lessons that I will use in the future. I am very thankful for the opportunity I was given to be part of Girls Inc. Thank you.
I remember when I was Valentina's age. I have grown so much in this program. I can already tell she's going to be a great leader as well. Next, we welcome Girls Inc. supporter, sponsor, and committee member, Esmeralda Owen, who will introduce us to Girls Inc. alumna, Marilu Javier.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to alumna Mary Lou Javier. She's here with us today to let us know a little bit about her experience with Girls Inc. and what she's doing now. But first, Marilu, thank you for being here with us. Tell us a little bit about you, your family. Where are you from?
I'm from Seaside, California, born in Salinas, but mostly raised throughout my whole life in Seaside. And I am, in my family, it's my mom, my dad, my two sisters, so I'm the middle child. And my parents are actually immigrants from Oaxaca, Mexico. And they came to the U.S. pretty much before I was born. So that's a little bit about me.
Yes, and how did you learn about Girls Inc.?
When I went to high school, my sister was actually a participant of the ECHO program for Girls Inc. And I remember her telling me about the activities that she was doing. She would come home with like snacks and extra food that they provided at the program. I guess they had dinners that time. And then she talked a lot about the college trips that they made. So she pretty much convinced me to give it a try, and so I did. So I participated in the program for ECHO back in 2004.
Oh, wow. And what did you think of the program once you were in it?
I talked to girls who I would see at school every day, but I never really bothered to get to know them at a different level. So it was awesome to be around girls my age who were going through the similar challenges I was. And just being a part of an empowering group of women felt really good because there was also mentors there who were already adults in their careers, who were there to kind of motivate us to participate in extracurricular activities and also think about our future.
And then you got to go on trips yourself.
I did, yeah. I love the college trips for sure. I remember that being kind of an eye-opener for myself. I remember going on college campuses and actually going into one of the dorms, and kind of visualizing myself like, I'm gonna be here one day. And the same thing with the state capitol trip. I thought that was a big educational piece for myself. Learning about how a bill is made and going to the state capitol and seeing, having the opportunity to talk to a legislator made me realize that there's so much more to the world that I can be part of, so many opportunities out there, and that was just kind of like the beginning, like a little glimpse of what I could be part of. And I learned that day that I can give back to my community, but in order to do that, I have to take action myself. I have to advocate for myself.
Yes, and there were those trips and all these eye-opening experiences that you had, and then you became a youth leader as well.
I did. So it's funny because, growing up in a small community back in the days, there wasn't that many programs that I remember that youth can be part of. And being part of Girls Inc., yes, you graduate as a participant, but they didn't let me go there. It was awesome to know that Girls Inc. offers a different opportunity to grow as an employee, as a youth leader. So now I can give back to other girls or to my community and inspire them to make good choices. So I really appreciated that. That was actually my first job. A lot of people could say like, oh, I worked at the movie theater or like at the ice cream shop. And I'm like, no, actually my first job was being a youth leader for Girls Inc., which is awesome.
As a youth leader, you are given this leadership role. You're a teenager, and you have this responsibility to mentor these kids in elementary and middle school. How was that for you?
I think that opportunity was actually one of the most memorable opportunities I got to experience because it was my first job. Being a youth leader made me realize that I am now a role model for youth of different ages. So it actually kept me out of trouble growing up because if I'm the one being a positive role model for them and teaching them to make good choices in their lives, then I need to be that example. There's a lot of pressure in high school to be a certain way. I remember being, bullied for the way that I looked, for my weight, being insecure about myself. Thankfully, Girls Inc. helped me get through that. And as a youth leader, I wanted to show that to other kids that they can be positive role models to others themselves and to have confidence. So being a youth leader really changed my perspective of like who I wanted to be. Not only for myself, but for others. I wanted to be that good example.
Yes, so true. And then you graduated from the program and from high school. And what happens next?
So after I graduated from the program, I continue to be involved in Girls Inc. as much as I can. Girls Inc. taught me that education is the key and to pursue further education. So I graduated from Sonoma State in 2011 with a double major in English and Women and Gender Studies. I actually thought I was going to be a high school English teacher. But when I graduated, I still wanted to be part of that community I was part of, that community of women empowerment. And so I would come back during my summers in college to do the summer programs, which I absolutely loved. Got to spend time in the dorms with the girls and do karate and taekwondo. I would teach them hip hop classes. It was just awesome. We had a great time. And so I would always find a way to come back. But I would still, try to figure out, well, what's gonna be my next career? What's my next step?
And then you decided that you wanted to become a social worker.
When I did Teen Success Inc., where I work with girls who are pregnant and parenting young moms, it made me realize that there was so much more I wanted to do. I wanted to help out more, but be more of the person who's really involved in the families' lives. So I did. I went back to school for my master's program, San Jose State, where I graduated with a master's in social work. I was very fortunate to find a scholarship opportunity where it paid my full grad school time, and now I'm a proud person to say that I'm a child welfare social worker.
Oh, congratulations. And it's a service that is, wow, it's they in need of people like you, with that passion to help.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility. I would say that. It is a challenging job. It's not for everyone. But I think now that I reflect on my life, I think that having the opportunity to gain such foundational skills with Girls Inc. kind of guided me with picking what jobs I was capable of doing to grow in, to now being confident in my role as a social worker. It's kind of hard to explain, but I remember working for Girls Inc. and I had my supervisor at the time watching me do the posters for the girls to present at the meetings, and I didn't have good handwriting back then. And she made me rewrite all those posters because she reminded me, you're representing Girls Inc., but you're also wanting to make sure you give it your 100% in your job. And I grew my work ethics there. I feel like that's the foundation I got from Girls Inc. That really inspired me to where I'm at now.
Yes, and it's such a great example of what Girls Inc. does in the community, in the lives of so many girls. And we thank you so much for being here with us today in this special spring fundraiser. And it's stories like yours, that we hope that will inspire future donors or someone watching right now to say, this is a program that I need to invest in, that I need to support because it works. It works.
Absolutely.
And we see it in you, and we see it in the rest of the stories that we're watching today. Anything else that you would like to say about you, Girls Inc.?
I feel very blessed and honored to be part of this community. It really did play a big role in my life. It really did change the way I view myself and others. I grew up in a family who, my parents are immigrants and worked full jobs, never really home. I had my older sister, but I never really wanted to bother her with my insecurities and my challenges. And having someone just listen, who are women, who can relate to your struggles, who can inspire you to become a better person, to succeed, it makes a huge difference. I see it now in my job. I'm the one now telling the youth that I see, you're strong, smart, and bold.
Yes. So. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us and inspiring us with your story, and much more success to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope these stories are inspiring you. Girls Inc. helped us in so many ways. Chinamaram's story is no different. Finding herself in a new country is intimidating for many, but for her, it is the opportunity of a lifetime.
My name is Elele Chinamaram. I'm 15 years old and I'm in 10th grade. I joined Girls Inc. in 2017 when I was in the 7th grade. I immigrated from Africa to the US in 2017. Being in a different country for the first time wasn't easy to adapt. The environment was different, there were not a lot of people who looked like me, and the school system was very different from what I was used to. One day in my PE class, a youth leader came to the class to present about Girls Inc. I was so amazed and eager to join a program where I could learn more about the new environment. Eventually, I found solace in Girls Inc. Joining Girls Inc. till today is one of the best decisions and experience in my 15 years of life. Through this program, I met new people and learned how to interact with them. Girls Inc. helped me learn that change is not always a bad thing. It helped me learn more about the people, the community, and the country. I learned about colleges, how to properly dress for an interview, and time management skills. I learned how to apply to financial aid, scholarships, and loan to college. Through Girls Inc., I experienced what life would be like in college after attending the Summer Choice Summer Program in the University of Santa Cruz, and this was a fun experience. Overall, Girls Inc. has kept me informed and well adapted in the USA. The benefits of Girls Inc. cannot be overemphasized. Even the ECHO program is another important aspect of the organization. I'm excited to share that I just applied for the Youth Leadership Program for Girls Inc., and I hope I will be considered for this important role. The Youth Leadership Program will be an opportunity for me to improve my character, learn to work with others, serve my community, and be independent. It will help me improve my leadership skills as I interact with others. Girls Inc. helped me increase my zeal to help others, especially when I see the enthusiasm in our mentors who always lead by example. I would like to attend a four-year college, especially Harvard. In the future, I want to become a medical doctor. This way, I will contribute meaningfully to my community and the society at large. I know it's a hard nut to crack, but determination is my motto. Girls Inc. has taught me that nothing in life comes easy, so one has to work for it. That's why I dream big and I'll continue to work hard until I achieve my goal. I believe that the knowledge acquired from Girls Inc. will be fruitful to me and all the young ladies in this organization. Long live Girls Inc. Thank you.
Celine Alva is an educator and she's currently working for Girls Inc. in Oakland. Her role is to motivate and inspire, and her experience with Girls Inc. is a story she loves to share with others.
Hello everybody, my name is Celine Alva and I am a Girls Inc. girl. I am often introduced as that in my many roles at Girls Inc. I didn't quite understand the weight it carried until one of my coworkers said to me that it was a lot of pressure to do her job. And she further explained that it was because I was a product of Girls Inc. programs, and what if she couldn't support girls become someone like me? Being a Girls Inc. girl means that you have confidence, self-empowerment, and resilience. I fully believe that being a Girls Inc. girl has empowered me to be strong, smart, and bold in all things I do. Girls Inc. has been a part of my life now for about 18 years, both as a participant and professionally. And it all started in 2003 when I joined my very first Girls Inc. program, Willpower Won't Power, under Girls Inc. of the Central Coast and Gonzales. If you would have met me at age 12, you would have met a very shy girl, a girl with very little willpower and hardly any faith in her abilities as a student and a leader. My family immigrated to the Central Coast from Mexico when I was about 8 years old, and that is when most of my life challenges began. After our move, the relationship with my parents and one sibling became challenging. It was hard for my parents to support me in school because they did not know the language, and the expectations of a school in a new country were different. By the time I got to middle school, my struggles as a young adolescent were fueled by unexplained anger, and I felt like I didn't have anyone that understood what I was going through. I didn't like talking to my parents about anything, not even school, and I often didn't involve myself in things at school because of it. When I encountered Girls Inc. and I learned about the program, something in me told me that this was a place for me, and it was in my very first Girls Inc. program that I began to see a change in myself. I was hooked on Girls Inc., and they exposed me to many opportunities I wouldn't have had otherwise through the ECHO program. We did college visits and stays, and I can remember feeling like I fit in at a college campus, and I saw the potential of me actually going away to school one day. And I knew that with Girls Inc. in my corner, it was possible. My parents couldn't support me through the process of meeting college requirements and college applications, but the Girls Inc. mentors could, and they did. I credit Girls Inc. for helping me develop many of the skills that I still use to this day, like public speaking. The program really fostered me and allowed me to explore my passions and who and what inspired me in life. The inspiration I got from my youth leaders and mentors gave me the desire to want to do the same for others. And I finally felt like I had a purpose and like I was good at something. It was through my work as a youth leader that I solidified that I wanted to be an educator, which was something I always said as a little girl, but now the possibility was real. I knew that participating in Girls Inc. programs was opening doors and affording me opportunities that girls in my community wouldn't get otherwise. I am a proud 2009 Girls Inc. National Scholar, and I knew that Girls Inc. had changed my life when I graduated from high school. And I also knew that it was because of Girls Inc. that I had the confidence and willpower to leave home for school. I am the first woman in my family to graduate from college. My father wasn't thrilled about the idea about me leaving home for school because it is not a common thing that happens in our family. With confidence, I was able to communicate to him that it was not fair for him to question me and not my brother about leaving for college, and that his lack of encouragement was hindering. Of course, now he is very proud of all of my accomplishments. I graduated with degrees in English and Ethnic Studies from California State University, East Bay in 2014. I also received a Master's in Education and a teaching credential from University of the Pacific in 2018. And I did it. I became the educator that I always wanted to be. I am currently the Literacy Specialist for Girls Inc. of Alameda County, and I am so happy to be returning to Girls Inc. and to be in a role that not only supports my career goals, but also my passions, supporting all girls to be strong, smart, and bold.
I want to take a moment to thank the Girls Inc. of the Central Coast staff. They do great things under the leadership of their fearless leader, Patty Fernandez.
Hello everyone, and thank you for your support and attending our virtual fundraiser. My name is Patty Fernandez, and I am the Executive Director for Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. The barriers girls face are real and profound. It is our mission to continue inspiring girls to be strong, smart, and bold. Tools for healthy living, academic enrichment, and life skills are critical to breaking the pattern of poverty and helping girls grow to their full potential. We hope that the stories of our girls inspire you and you will consider making a financial contribution today and support our girls. I am excited to introduce you to our next speaker, Nayeli Gallardo, a Girls Inc. alum who graduated from our programs in 2013.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayeli Gallardo, and I'm a proud alumna of Girls Inc. of the Central Coast. I first started participating in Girls Inc. programs as a shy middle school girl in Greenfield. My world was family, school, and friends, which is fine, but I didn't have much more going on as far as interest or aspirations. I joined the after-school program because it seemed fun, and the leaders made me feel welcome. At first, I wasn't sure why it was only for girls. At the time, I was pretty uncomfortable with the changes I was going through. But I soon came to love that it was a safe space just for us girls. The leaders were like big sisters, and we participants became friends thanks to the experiences we shared. By the time I got to high school, I was different. I was more self-aware and self-confident. I took the initiative of joining clubs and sports. I finally had interests and aspirations. Because Girls Inc. had been a part of that transformation, I couldn't wait to join the next program available to me. During my sophomore year, I joined the Eco Leadership program. It taught me a lot, but it wasn't like school. To give a few examples, I learned to think critically about the messages the media sends to women and girls. I also learned about setting goals and about taking care of my health, and I actually practiced this with the other girls and mentors. In fact, one of the aspects that made this program so unique is that I learned all this from relatable youth leaders who were 1 or 2 years older than I was, and from mentors who were local women I looked up to. They were all interested in all of me, not only in improving a specific statistic in my low-income community. They were supporting us girls to live up to our potential. Thanks to this, I learned to appreciate sisterhood and being a girl. I understood that women can empower each other. After graduating from the program, my dream job was to become a youth leader and facilitate this experience for other girls at my high school. I still think back at how fortunate I was to have had such a rewarding job. I saw the beautiful growth in our participants, and I also realized that I kept growing too. It helped me further develop my public speaking skills, work in a team, solve challenges, and much more. It's no surprise that my experiences in Girls Inc. programs have been instrumental in the paths I've walked since. They taught me who I am, they empowered me from within, and they showed me that I can help others. That shy middle school girl who simply did what her parents told her to do went on to accomplish things that she and her family could have never imagined. My parents got an elementary and middle school education in Mexico. We immigrated to the US when I was in the first grade, and while my parents always encouraged my education and that of my siblings, they didn't always know how to do so. The self-advocacy and self-confidence skills that I developed at Girls Inc. helped me explain to my parents that community service wasn't just working for free, and that my applications to expensive colleges were not unattainable dreams. In my university application essays, I wrote about being a youth leader because it showed me that I could make a positive difference in the world, and that I could use my education and skills to do so. I went on to earn a Girls Inc. National Scholarship and an undergraduate degree from Stanford University in civil engineering, which also gave me the opportunity to do fulfilling internships in developing countries. I later worked in Mexico for a few years, helping improve the electric power system there, and last year I completed a dual degree master's program in sustainable energy systems in Europe. Now I live in Chicago with my husband, and I'm pursuing job opportunities in the clean energy sector. I am passionate about using technology and business for the good of people and the planet, as I am passionate about empowering girls. I was able to mentor other ECHO program cohorts after college, and I am excited to soon be volunteering with Girls Inc. of Chicago to mentor girls pursuing degrees in male-dominated fields. If you had told my middle school self that all this would be a part of my life, I would not have believed you. but so much is possible when a girl learns to be strong, smart, and bold. I am thankful to all who have helped make my Girls Inc. journey a reality. And today, I ask you to consider making a financial gift to ensure that this important work continues in our communities. Thank you for your support.
You are probably here today because a friend invited you, or because you are already a supporter of our organization. We have shared with you our vision of leadership and change and how we inspire girls to be strong, smart, and bold. It is now my privilege to ask you, as a member of your community, to make a financial investment to help us continue inspiring young women in the Central Coast. Your investment can make a big difference in our community and in a young woman's life, just like it did for me. Let me take you through the website that you're currently using to watch our event. You have 2 tabs on the site. The first tab is called Sponsor a Girl. You may select any of the options. The second tab on the website is called Make a Donation. Whatever you choose, Girls Inc. will appreciate it highly and will put to good use, empowering girls to be strong, smart, and bold.
We just want to say thank you for joining us today. And thank you to Girls Inc. for all they do to help girls thrive in such a big way. I would like to give another thank you to our sponsors, table captains, Girls Inc. board, youth leaders, volunteers, board members, committees, and the Girls Inc. staff for all their hard work and dedication.
On behalf of Girls Inc. of the Central Coast, thank you for joining our Celebrating Strong, Smart, and Bold Girls Spring Luncheon. Your attendance shows your support and dedication to girls in our community.
Have a great rest of your day.